The Stairs to Nowhere, Book 1, The Hole to Hell, by S. Parker. Prologue. One of balance shall reach 14, foe and ally beware of sheen. Children of gods must travel from, the journey of fire shall be terrene. The king of chaos will escape and come, the darkened time reach the kingdom. To corrupt castle burden of lives be heft, a hero balance space must become. Trifles of war have left a cleft, a visit to power will return the theft. World of loss heed the king, time's loss leaves no feeling bereft. Chapter 1. Nope, nope, nope. A loud thumping echoes through my house. I don't want to get out of bed to answer it, but I really don't have a choice. I knew they were going to come today, but it's still too soon for me. It's only been a week. I was only discharged from the hospital 2 days ago. Knocks ring out again, but I still don't get off my mattress. Another minute passes before my mother opens the door. They mumble outside. "I'll get her. Please, take a seat," she says. She opens my door after they pass. "Zia, they're here. Are you dressed?" The mention of my dead name makes me grimace, but I can't blame her. She doesn't know. My room is dark, but not dark enough. The sunlight leaks through the closed blinds. I need curtains. Groaning, I sit up. I look in the mirror above my dresser. Even in the dim environment, it's obvious I'm a mess. My hair sticks out in odd directions, and I'm still wearing pajamas. "No," I say. "Pajamas will work unless you want to change. Let's get going," she says in her southern drawl. There's no point arguing with her. I put my feet on the ground, slide into my slippers, then make my way to the door. Mama opens it wider for me. The main hall of my house is short and wide, very quickly leading out into the living room where our guests sit. 2 police officers, a man and a woman with a clipboard on the couch between them. Their faces lift and they don't look friendly. I mean, there's plenty of cause for suspicion. I can't even explain what happened myself. I almost double back to my room. I don't want to talk, but my mother's hand falls onto my shoulder, not letting me run away. I take a deep breath and walk to the love seat, falling into the cushions aggressively. Mama goes to the kitchen, saying she'll grab us all waters. The officers just stare at me, not saying anything. I can't make eye contact. Too much time passes until Mama comes back with 4 small glasses, 3 with water and 1 with orange juice. She sets the latter in front of me, the others for the cops. No one reaches for a drink. I hate this. Why won't they say anything? "So," my mother begins, "you wanted to talk to her, I presume?" Finally, with her prompting, the man pulls out a recorder from his belt and asks, "For the record, will you please state your full legal name, age, and association to June Annis, Jamie Xaviers, and Kailahi Mahina?" I take a deep breath. Their names bring back a memory of their confused screams from a week ago. My legs remember the ground shaking beneath them. "My name is Zia Harlance." Saying that name only fills me with more dread. I am 14 years old, and Jamie, June, and Kai were my best friends. The silence hangs for a moment. "Where? So you're aware of what happened to them?" the female cop asks. Before she finishes, I start shaking my head. It doesn't feel like I'm misremembering, but what I saw, it could not have been real. I've been silent to their question for too long. "Why don't you tell us where you last saw them?" she asks. I, we, we were going to play basketball a week ago from today. Nothing was wrong, but then the scene coming to mind seems supernatural. I replay what happened exactly. A hole opens up in the middle of the court. It's perfectly circular, with spikes sticking out from every inch of its surface. Jamie immediately fell through. It opened up right under him. Then some giant, bony limb that looked like a bug leg with human skin shredded and scabbed emerges from below, followed by another and another. more and more come out, hauling up the body of a creature I don't want to describe. It's foul and smells like it too. June and Kai look confused as if they can't see this monstrosity. I can't even scream, frozen in fear and shock. The monster grabs Kai in that split second. Her screams echo through the air and break me out of my trance. She needs help. I run at the demonic beast, but before I can even take 2 steps, it's already grabbed June as well. It's too fast. Then it glares at me. Surely I'm next. It giggles loudly, louder than either June or Kai can scream, and it takes a step. I can't move again. I can't do anything. I'm as good as dead. Then it leaps to the side, away from me, straight back towards the hole. It falls in, perfectly avoiding the sides of the pit. Before I can react, it's gone, and the hole is sealed up behind it. I'm left alone in the park. I look around, hoping to see if anyone is around. If anyone saw what I just saw, but everything is devoid of people. Then what? The cop asks. I'm dragged back to reality. Tears are starting to form in my eyes. I've played out that memory countless times since it happened, trying to figure out if what I saw really happened. I've heard stories of people who make up memories they wholeheartedly believe to explain traumatic events, but this can't be that. It's too real. I know what I saw, but I don't know if I believe it. You wouldn't believe me, I say, sniffling. Try us, the guy asks. I look up. They don't understand at all. A hole, like a circular sinkhole, opened up in the middle of the court. Then a monster came out of it, took all my friends, and jumped back into it. Then the pit sealed itself back up, I say. Both the officers' eyes widen with surprise. I want this to be over, and now I'm spiteful. Pretty unbelievable, right? Well, that's what I saw. Are you messing with us? The female cop asks. No! I respond, just getting angrier, more frustrated. That's what I remember, fully and genuinely. And if you think that I'm lying, then I would give up any chance to get my best friends back. The tears that had been building up now flowed down my face. They're gone, I say, crashing back down into my seat. I didn't even realize that I had stood up. I couldn't do anything about it, and now they're gone. I stare at my feet. Disappeared, I say, barely discernible. My mother sighs. I think that's enough. She's only been out of the hospital for a few days, and I think it's pretty clear she's given you the information she has, she says. The cop reaches for the recording device on the table and clicks it, stopping it. Both of them stand up and start to leave. As they walk away, I look up at them. On a whim, I call out, "Wait!" They stop and look at me. I stand up. You'll find them, right? I didn't see them die, just disappear. So they could still be alive, right? Will you be able to find them? The woman just shrugs. We'll try, but maybe not, she says. My mom scowls and quickly ushers them out the door. I just stand there. Why would the police be able to help anyway? I was hoping, maybe, they would say they could. But what took my friends wasn't even human. There's nothing I could do to help them, and there's nothing I can do to get them back. Chapter 2. Far Too Freaky. The sun beats down upon me as I travel the route that I've become acquainted with. The forest behind my house is my comfortable place, an easy place. Somewhere to relax, somewhere to forget what happened last week. Damn it! I don't want to think about it. Stop thinking about it. Stop thinking! Deep breath, Seema. Just keep walking. I'm trying to cool off from earlier. After the police left, I went and changed into clothes better suited for hiking, fixed my hair, put on boots, then left quickly. I hated that whole interaction. After they left, I couldn't stand sitting and doing nothing for the rest of the day, so now I'm here. I decided to take an unfamiliar path. Had this been here yesterday? The incident, it creeps its way into my thoughts again. It keeps coming back to haunt me as if it's deliberately overriding my commands to give myself peace. As I wind my way down the trail, the cacophony of locusts and rustling leaves from animals traversing the forest goes silent. It's eerie. The only thing is I can hear are my own footsteps and my heartbeat. They're loud. It feels as if something is amiss. I hardly register stepping into a small clearing, walking with my head down. Then my foot hits stone. Huh? I raise my eyes to find myself staring at a curved staircase that looks ancient, leading to nothing after a 12-foot incline. What is this? I ask aloud. The stairs look rough, like ruins covered in moss. I begin to climb up them, curious about their purpose. There are no railings, and the loose rocks on the steps force me to be careful. I feel tense, but the stairs themselves don't concern me. As I reach the top, a foreboding feeling rushes through me. A cold presence radiates from below the ledge. I crouch down and look over. Ah! I scream and jump back, narrowly avoiding toppling backward. My body goes into panic mode as I turn and sprint down the slope. It's just like a week ago. The image of that pit, the one the monster crawled out of and snatched my friends, is seared into my head. I couldn't forget it, and I just saw it laid out below me. Terror and shock start taking hold of my consciousness. 5 minutes pass before I can finally gain enough courage to walk around the stone structure. Behind it? Nothing. The space below the ledge is complete and intact, flat with the ground. Grass crawls up the edge of the cobblestone without interruption. What? Then an insane thought strikes me. I retrace my steps up the stairs, looking over the ledge once I reach the top. I nearly trip over myself. How in the world? I mutter. A hole the size of my mom's VW Beetle lies before my feet. Its edges are spiked with sharp rocks that would impale any unfortunate soul that got too close. The feeling of a howling winter day emanates from the endless void. There's no way. I must be hallucinating. I turn around and take the worn dirt path home. That's enough weird for today. I focus on putting one foot in front of the other, keeping my mind off the stairs and what they led to, but the image of the hole is burned into my head. The sound of the bugs and fallen leaves return. The wind starts to blow again. Yet, my heart still beats as if it's trying to escape my chest. I speed up, trying to get away from that clearing, rushing to the safety of my own home. The sun still beats relentlessly down upon me. Soon, I see my house and stop running. When did I start running? I reach the fence, the back door, and at last, I'm inside. Free from the reminder of that hole, and what came out of it. Why can't I forget? I mumble. Stupid long-term memory. I push it aside for the millionth time in the past few days. My mom is sitting on the couch when I walk in. Her long dark hair, like my natural color, is pinned up into a bun. She's dressed in her work suit, different from this morning. Her glasses complete the serious business lady look. Despite the difference in personality, we do share quite a few physical similarities. We both have tan skin, evidence of our Filipino heritage, blue eyes, hers grayer, and we both stand fairly tall. She's 5'8", I'm an inch more. She notices me, but barely looks up. Dinner? She asks. I'm usually the one to make our meals, since she's usually too busy too. I imagine being a single parent isn't too easy either, but I try my best to be low maintenance. Sure, sounds good, I answer, eager for a distraction. What do you want? Surprise me, she replies affectionately. She must be busy. Usually she's pretty picky. I go into the kitchen and check out our ingredients. A possible meal reveals itself to me. I grab some ground turkey, onions, lettuce, and various spices. After waiting for the pan to heat, I toss in the meat, mixing and chopping until it's fully cooked. It's an annoyingly slow process.
In the back of my mind, I can still see that gaping pit, surrounded by spikes. It was identical to the one from the basketball court, only much smaller. Seeing it out there, I don't know what to make of it. Could what took my friends really be real? Heck! I yelp, jerking my hand back after accidentally touching some of the meat in the pan. I wave my arm up and down erratically, trying to soothe the tiny burn. I need to pay attention. You okay? My mom calls from the living room. Yeah, I say, and toss in the onion, along with a small bit of water for steam. I bring the heat even lower, cover the pan, and let the food simmer. Soon I'm plating the mixture in a pseudo bowl of lettuce, and I add my signature sauce. Voila! Turkey lettuce wraps. I bring my mom's portion to the couch, setting it beside her. Without looking away from her screen, she grabs it and takes a bite. Delicious as always, Zia. Thank you. No problem. But it's Seema. Now's not the time to correct her, not the time to bring up that I'm agender. Her work takes a lot from her daily life, so opportunities for discussion are limited. I don't get to spend enough time with her as is. She always tells me how hard it is to maintain what we have, and I believe her, but it's difficult sometimes. I wish we could be closer. Thursday nights are an exception, although recently they have been postponed to plan for a business trip. You doing all right still? She asks, glancing at me, then my neck. I touch the still healing wound there. It, yeah, I'm fine. All right. Before they left, the officers told me they don't really suspect you for anything, so don't worry about them, she says, looking back to her laptop. All right then, I won't. I start to head back to my room. Love ya, she calls out. Love you too, I say, closing the door behind me. I stand for a moment, just taking a breath. I see the uncleaned blood stains on the clothes on the top of my hamper. Ugh, I need Mama to teach me how to clean those. Now that I'm not cooking, finding time to relax, the memories begin terrorizing me. I see my friends' happy faces turn terrified as they're ripped away by a monster only I can see. The hole from the forest, the very same one that they were dragged into, the one from which the demon came, stands there, as if it's taunting me. Coming to get them? It asks. Or are you just a coward? Shut up, I tell my brain. It gives no response. Inconsiderate brain. Exhausted, I turn off my light and crawl into bed without changing. I lay my head on the pillow, far from comfortable, holding back tears. I stand on the edge of the precipice of the stairs in the forest. The hole below beckons me. I want to run, but I'm frozen. Out of nowhere, an invisible force, like a rope lodged in my stomach, yanks me forward. I narrowly miss the sharp rocks surrounding the edges. No one can hear my fading screams. I manage to orient myself so I can look down, but the landscape I see makes me want to puke. Every monstrosity you can imagine scurries across the flesh-like cavern. Demons the size of school buses with blood-stained fur and oozing green skin lumber around, grabbing other demons and mauling them. A different creature walks on two legs, flaunting long, sharp horns with rotting children impaled on them. A few others fly around, like hell's own take on mosquitoes. Carcasses dot the landscape. Several of them are clearly identifiable. A dead chimera, a fox yokai, a hawk-headed human, and a massive troll-like giant. And yet, the thing that freaks me out most is the castle. It's kind to call it that. The fortress is made of a rock darker than the deepest depths of the ocean, and murderous intent emanates from it. I hear the cries of souls screeching straight from the monstrous structure. A river, red as blood, seems to eat away as its own shore, winding its way around the palace. Hands occasionally reach out, but the rapids pull them back under the water. How can I see it so clearly? I can see all of it, every inch of this god-forsaken place. I'm still falling, faster every second. Every time I think I might emerge into this hellscape, my vision falters, and the cavern is another mile away. Then the invisible force yanks me through the walls of the hole. I don't feel the cool touch of spiked rocks impaling into me. Rather, I've been pulled into some chamber, shrouded in darkness. My echoed landing tells me it's some sort of grand hall, but
The islands, we finally meet.
the shock of the voice silences me. It's June. She's here. Her voice sounds strange, defiled, as if her vocal cords had been shredded.
Not even going to address your host?
Jamie! He has the same darkness behind his voice. I turn towards him, and a humanoid shape stands there, glowing, but not. It is as if it glowed a deeper black, a hazy silhouette on a still dark background.
Go on, say hello.
I try to scream, but no sound comes out. The voice Kai spoke right next to my ear. I almost never hear her speak, but that voice was clear, yet unnatural. I take a step back, tripping over something that clatters with the sound of bones. The cool mist encircles me.
No words? Fine. You'll speak soon enough when you're here in the flesh.
With that, I am again pulled into the wall, too suddenly to resist. I find myself enveloped in the rock. There's no air to breathe. I'm being squeezed from every angle. My arms flail through the liquid acting rock. My lungs fill with cement. I panic. My ears pop. My mind goes blank. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. I wake up in my bed. Thick, burning sweat coats my body. I take off my blanket and turn on my light. I'm reaching for the fan and notice a faint gray mist coming from my skin, and I catch a whiff. Smoke. It's painful to breathe, like my lungs are being stabbed with hundreds of needles. The clock shows 12 a.m., September 16th. Exactly midnight. What a hell of a coincidence. I am sufficiently freaked out. I need a shower. While heading to the bathroom, not so conveniently located on the other side of the house, whispers start to invade my brain. Their words are faint. I only catch a few at a time.
See?
No time.
Of course, my lord. You shall see me soon.
The voice says to me. The words rattle my brain, flood my thoughts. I really am going insane. I manage to reach the bathroom. I close the door and flip the light switch. The sudden brightness is disorienting, as if stepping into sunlight after a movie.
You will come to me if you don't want to lose everything you love.
Why is this happening? Eager to lose myself in the flowing water, I undress and step in the tub. The first turn of the faucet brings cold water. I twist it further to speed up the heating. Yet, the water goes colder. I stand still, the streams flowing over my purple streaked hair, just waiting for the comforting envelopment of steam and pretend hot springs. But it gets colder. Colder still. Freezing. The hell? I'm still smoking, but a different gas surrounds me. Steam. The water is hot, but I only feel an icy grip. Then it hits me. It's the water. I quickly turn off the faucet and step out, drying off faster than I ever have before. My brain is finally caught up with my nerves. It's so cold, it's painful. Every wipe of the towel takes away more water, bringing instant relief. What the hell is happening? I asked of no one in particular. The time has come for it. One of balance shall reach 14. I nearly scream, curling up into a ball on the floor. My eyes dart around, trying to find the speaker of the voice, but no one is there. It's as if it spoke directly into my mind. What is this? A new world will open itself up to you, soon. You must be prepared for it, Zima. Zima? Only June, Jamie, and Kai know that about me. How do you know my name? I ask it. The thought nags at the back of my head. I feel something, like a thread connected right below my stomach, tug. I don't know why, but their presence is calming. Like movie nights with my mom. It would be sad if I didn't know the name of my own child. Child? You're my dad? It sounds ridiculous. How could a voice be my father? Dad is an incorrect description. Similar to you, Zima, I too am genderless. The hell is wrong with me? Am I talking to a voice in my head, or... This is entirely too crazy. I'm still a ball on the bathroom floor, only a towel wrapped around me. And yet, I feel unbothered. A little freaked out, granted, but more from surprise than fear. What the hell is happening? Why is it happening? What do you mean? You'll find out soon. I'll send an escort. They interrupt. What? Escort? No, explain it to me now. How are you talking? Why have I been seeing these things? Where are my friends? But there is no answer. The voice is silent. I groan in exasperation. Just before I am about to get some answers, they bail on me. I don't understand any of this, and nothing has been explained. It doesn't seem possible. Is my parent God? I head back to my room, no longer smoking. No fire alarms go off, and Mama sleeps soundly across the house in her own bed. Crawling back under my covers for the second time tonight, I somehow fall asleep only a moment later.
Chapter 3. Don't forget deodorant. I wake up the next morning, and everything seems unusually normal. Half my Sunday had passed when I hear a knock on the back door. I flinch, remembering how the day had started yesterday, but no police officer is going to climb into my backyard to knock on that door. The noise comes again. Wait a second. Who the hell knocks on the back door anyway? I ask myself. They're rapid and loud, and patient. When I finally reach the door and open it, my eyes widen in disbelief from who is standing on the other side. A teenage boy, maybe 15, stands there. He has jet black hair that spikes out to the sides. He wears dark blue jeans with a thick, white t-shirt. His backpack is so full I fear it's too much weight to carry, but he stands straight, my height exactly. Attached to his backpack, there's a large bow made from what seems to be solid bronze, with a quiver next to it, packed with arrows. His eyes are piercing gold. Oh, and his skin is completely sky blue. He's striking. Zima Harlins? He asks. I flinch at that name. Only my friends have ever called me that. His voice is deep, but scratchy. My name is Christos. Sam sent me. We need to go. Now. There's no time to explain. Pack light. Wait, what? I reply. My brain begins to process how odd this is. Who the hell are you? Who's Sam? My memory of last night, which I've decided was all just a terrible dream, creeps into my mind. The voice from the bathroom, my parent, they said an escort was coming. Was that real? There isn't time for explanations. Grab essentials for a journey on foot, and then we need to leave. Why should I go with you? I blurt. The idea of a journey doesn't faze me. I've routinely explored the forest behind my house, and going back there is far from scary, but I'm too wary of everything recently to believe him without a word. I'm giving you the chance to save your friends. If you don't trust me, that is tantamount to throwing away their lives. And yes, they are alive. His words hit me like a truck. They're alive! He's the first person I've actually been able to talk to in the flesh who knows what has been happening recently. I still don't know how truthful he's being, but there's a chance to save my friends. If I don't take it... I quickly nod and run back inside. There's still so much I don't know, but that boy has answers. Pack light, he said. I empty my school backpack and fill it with what I think I might need. 2 pairs of clothes, a variety of dried foods, and several filled water bottles. I spend maybe 4 minutes frantically running around my kitchen and room throwing things in. I leave my phone behind, along with a note telling my mom not to worry. I leave the details out of it, just enough so she doesn't call the police. I cross through my living room to get to the back door, and the reddish bronze dagger on my mantel catches my eye. I snatch it, along with the sheath, and turn to leave my home. For all I know, I might need it. When I return, Christos is leaning on one of the poles supporting the porch roof. He hardly gives me a glance before saying, "Let's go," and starts off, easily hopping the backyard fence, his legs clearing the railing more gracefully than I ever had. I try to copy his technique and am filled with pride when I do so flawlessly. He steers me into the trees, taking the path that led to those haunted stairs. There's something more to them, then. Let me see your weapon, he says suddenly, startling me so much I almost stop moving. I don't even consider that he's taking my only defense until I hand it to him. I need to be more careful. He takes my dagger from the sheath, inspecting it. After a few seconds, he puts the two parts back together and hands it back to me. That is surprisingly high quality. Where'd you get it from? Are we going to end up fighting? It's been in my family for a long time. At least that's what my mom says. It's the purest fire I've ever seen. I wonder if your family has a history with the gods. Fire? Gods? I try to make sense of his words. Can you explain things as we walk, at least? I can try to give you some basics. He's slow so that we end up walking side by side. To start, this world is only one of 11. Each has a head god, 12 total. 2 share a world. They all have a specific element and month associated with them. He speaks quickly, clearly in a rush. Your parent is Samultino, the god of balance and preservation. Their element is fire, which is what your dagger is made of. Concentrated, focused fire. Samultino. I now have a name for the voice that spoke to me last night. My parent. It's a lot at once, but I managed to keep up. So, is this some sort of mythology I've never heard of? He laughs at my confusion. I suppose. They were the first gods, and all other religions spawned off of them. By the time the first civilization of your world came into being, they had been forgotten. Only vague impressions were still left behind, and those are what shaped the likes of the gods of your religions. With only a few words, he discounted every belief system in the world. So, where are we going now? I questioned. Shanbi, the lowest world of the 11. You could call it Hell, the underworld, you get the gist. Pretty recently in VHD, Apocalypse, the god of chaos and corruption, escaped his prison. Wait, back up. Who? And what is VHD? Back on Heavy time. Each of the 11 worlds move at different rates of time. The ones that move the fastest are Vagon, which is the actual name of this Earth, and Heavy, which moves at the same speed because it's near the center, relative to the rest of the worlds. But in Shanbi, the time is much, much slower. A week here is a century there. I look at him with a raised eyebrow, and he nods in a way that tells me full well he knows how crazy that sounds. How does that even work? No idea. As for your other question, Apoktelstu, or Pok for short, is the head god of Shanbi. Long time ago, the gods got into this big war, and Pok's side was defeated. As the leader of the losing side, his punishment was to be imprisoned forever. The thing is, he broke out last week. He fled to Shanbi and has had more than a century to regain his strength and prepare his revenge. Last week? That's when my friends were taken too. Every answer revealed so much, but also raised so many more questions. So why am I even here? He smiles. All I know is that there's a prophecy involved. One of balance shall reach 14 is the first line. You had your birthday recently, right? There's no one else that fits the description but you. That line, Sam had said the same thing. So what? Did this god of the underworld capture my friends because of a stupid prophecy? Seems so. He could be trying to lure you in, or cripple your hope. We'll get them back, though. We just need to, well, defeat a major god. So, why now? Why didn't anyone try to take care of it when he broke out? News can take a while to travel, and plans can take a while to make. But we are on a time crunch. Remember how I told you each god is associated with a month? I nod. Well, when it's the chosen month of any of the gods, their power increases. Pokes is chromial, and it doesn't line up with your calendar. It actually starts tomorrow, the fall equinox, September 17th. I get the implication. It's already 8 p.m. according to my watch. How has it been that long already? I look to see where the sun is, only to find it dipping into the horizon. It had only been 1:30 p.m. when I left my house, and we've only been walking for what seems like 45 minutes. How long until we get there? I ask, concerned about the teleporting ball of fire in the sky. Not sure. Someone is trying to slow us down. He looks around, slightly suspicious of our surroundings, but doesn't elaborate. Then, without warning, the air stills. The noise of the woods vanishes. Christo stops dead in his tracks. The only thing I can hear is my own heartbeat. Slowly, he takes a step forward and pulls away a branch that was blocking my vision of a clearing ahead. A clearing containing a ruined staircase with a demon atop the steps. It has no visible facial features, just a nub attached to a torso, with 4 limbs sprouting out of it. Its skin looks like mush, green, orange, and ugly. Its arms are maybe as thick as its body. The entire thing is so big, I'm surprised it can balance on top of the ledge. Its claws are brown, but stained a multitude of colors. A blue hand waves in front of me. I look over to Christos. You know sign, right? His use of ASL surprised me. Kai is deaf, and she taught me how to use it. It's how we became friends. I signed back yes. Good. That thing is a DERNJ, a demon. It's blind, but it'll hear us if we're not careful. Do we have to kill it? I ask. Yes, that might be difficult. Right now, you have no combat experience, and I'm not sure how useful a bow would be at a close range. He looks down, trying to formulate a plan. When I see his eyes again, they look troubled. He doesn't see a solution. I won't let myself be useless. No way to get experience unless I start somewhere, right? I get his attention. I want to fight. I think I can. You have to trust me. I'll distract it as long enough for you to kill it with the bow. His face is apprehensive, but he nods. Just don't shoot me, I chide. Christos drops his pack silently, and I do the same. I unsheath my dagger and ready myself. He holds up 3 fingers and counts down. 3, 2, 1. Now! An incredible rush courses through me, and I leap into the clearing. My landing makes a loud thud, and the monstrosity turns its nub towards me. It opens its mouth, a slit straight down through its head, imperceptible when closed. It bellows, roars, wails all at once, and jumps off the stairs. It's so heavy the ground shivers as it lands. For a moment, I am frozen in fear. I could die right here, right now. Focus! A whistle soars past me and an arrow impales its head. Sizzling blood oozes from the wound. I snap out of my daze and charge. Don't touch its blood! Christos shouts. I jump out of the way of the falling acid and stab at its leg, pulling away before the rush of liquid can touch me. Strangely, my dagger doesn't have a drop on it. It swings at me, and I dive away before the arm connects. It may be big, but it's slow. Still, I'm not used to fighting. I land on my hands, twigs tearing at my skin. Coordinating myself well enough to actually damage it is difficult, but it's possible. 3 more arrows pierce its head. I am deafened by the scream that follows. It lunges towards Christos, but my knife is in its hamstring before it can get far. It reaches for me, but I roll away from its colossal arms, taking the dagger with me. The ground smokes where the blood mixes with grass. Hang in there, Zima! Christos yells to me. I risk a glance at him. His hair falls to his eyebrows, and the muscles from years of shooting a bow are pulsing. The arrow he knocked flies, slicing it into the open mouth of the dirge. I turn to face the monster and, without hesitation, stab at its leg. I rush away before it can grab me, but I trip over myself. In that moment, it clasps around my torso, barely beneath my arms. I gasp as the air in my lungs is forcibly evicted. Christos yells my name, but I'm losing focus. Its skin is scalding hot. Snap out of it! My eyes clear, and I'm floating 10 feet in the air. I catch a glimpse of blue in my peripheral. Christos. Then I turn my head to see the wide jaw of the beast bearing down on me. Its breath reeks of rotten eggs and skunk. It has no teeth, but I'm sure it has a bite powerful enough to snap me in half. Christos! I yell. An arrow pierces the inner cheek of the demon, and it screams in retaliation, but doesn't let go. I notice its stance, how the dirge is positioned as if it wants to go towards the stairs. The battle had turned us around so much that the monster had moved to the edge of the clearing, and Christos is at the base of the steps. I get the inkling that the objective of the demon is to capture, not kill. Not a chance. My hands felt empty a moment ago, but now my dagger is back within their clasp. I don't question it. I just stab down, straight into the grotesque fingers holding me. The silence of the night seems to amplify the roar of the dirge. It drops me and I awkwardly fall onto my ankle. A spike of pain shoots up my leg. I curse as I cradle the wound. Thankfully, the demon had backed away from me, and none of the blood landed where I had fallen. I struggle to my feet, the rush of adrenaline dulling the agony radiating through my foot. Dima! Christos yells. He starts towards me slowly, sending arrows flying. He's running low. I'll be fine! I shout at him. The thing was too fleshy for his arrows to leave anything but scratches, and my own weapon was far too short to do any real harm. We have to get to its core! Upper abdomen! Any ideas? He yells to me. I think desperately, keeping my weight off my probably dislocated foot, making my way towards him. A plan forms in my mind, one that relies on too many things to go right, but it's the best I have. Make an opening for me, directly where we need to hit it to kill, I say to him. He looks at me for a split second, confusion covering his face, but quickly turns back to the threat and nods, knocking his last arrow. He trusts me. That alone gives me strength. I ready myself. I've always been good at darts, and I came first in the tomahawk throwing contest years ago at camp. I can do this. Christos sends the arrow flying. Hits exactly where he said, right above where the stomach would be. The demon rips it out and charges us, recognizing our lack of fighting ability. I relax and throw. The dagger spins straight in front of me. It flies, and the blade sinks right into the hole made by Chris's arrow. The entire weapon, handle and all, slips deeper inside the dirge, and it stops dead in its tracks. The monstrosity falls over, with the sound sending a jolt through my veins. It squirms and dissolves into dust. It's going back to Shanbi, Christos explains. If you die in your homeworld, nothing unusual happens, but if you die somewhere you aren't from, it's considered unnatural and improper, and the universe rights it and places the remains back where it belongs. The entire body is gone now. Multiple arrows and my dagger clatter to the ground. I gasp and fall to the ground. I cradle my ankle, pain burning through me. Zima, Christos says, and crouches next to me. My ankle? He analyzes the damage. Oh, God. Okay. Give me 1 second. He runs towards our packs and brings them back. He reaches inside his own and grabs a baggie and gauze. He takes out a piece of what looks to be golden fudge and hands it to me. It's squishy. Eat it, he says. The second it touches my tongue, a heavenly flavor envelops my mouth. It's not that it's inherently good, but rather that it tastes like the concept of heaven. Warmth spreads through my body. My ankle starts to feel better already. Okay, even with the Jolia, this is going to hurt. A lot. He moves my hands away from my ankle. I wince. I apologize in advance.
Chapter 4 Camping in Hell. I am falling through the hole again. I look down, and that hellish landscape that is spread out below me is as clear as ever. I'm not even fazed. You must defeat him, or the destruction of our worlds is assured. It'd be nice if you could help me out, I mutter. The voice doesn't answer. I don't know what they expect of me. I mean, how do you defeat a god? And then I am in the room of no light, the grand hall of the castle. It's still pitch black, but the chill in my bones is identical. The voice is the same as the one that had spoken to me before, but not inhabiting my friends. Before, it at least felt like they were partially speaking to me, but now it's only pure darkness. The reverse glow resembles something human, but much larger. The presence is much stronger, too. In relation to me, it seems to be higher up, as if atop a pedestal or throne. Calling the noise I just heard a voice is extremely kind. The raspiness, the murderous intent, the roughness, it's second only to the one above it. I don't even know what it said. It's speaking a language I've never heard before. Footsteps echo as that thing shuffles away. Then, out of nowhere, I'm paralyzed.
See ya, harlots. How nice of you to come. But I would have appreciated some manners. Don't you know it's rude to enter someone's home without permission?
Had he not known I was here? It's Seema. I manage a whisper, correcting the Lord of the Underworld. How stupid could I be?
Ah, of course. I should have assumed you'd be just like Sammy. My sibling doesn't really do gender. Annoying little prat they are, always making sure I can't have fun.
His sibling? Is Sam related to this guy? Then they come to my mind, my friends. This evil void has them trapped. Where are my friends? I say, trembling, but with volume. The figure seems puzzled for a moment, then laughs. He cackles louder and louder and louder.
Oh, Abil, you sly dog.
He isn't talking to me, but rather as if he's speaking to someone not even here. Then his attendant snaps back to me, unfortunately.
Keep searching, Zima harlots. Maybe you'll find something.
He starts to laugh again, and I am thrown backward, through the wall and back into my body. I sit straight up, gasping for air. It comes easily, but something's different about it. The best way to describe it is chilling, but not crisp. I look around. Christos is sitting a few feet away, inside an open tent. Then I realize why the air is so strange. We're sitting on a rocky floor, in some sort of cave with no obvious exit. About 30 feet away, the environment hazes out into red fog. Only one word would really describe where we are. Hell. Christos? I ask. He turns around, looking relieved. How's the ankle? He asks, moving towards me around a makeshift bonfire with stones instead of wood. He crouches down next to my foot, then meets my eyes. The pain is still there, but it's a far cry from what it was. I notice my heel is facing the right way, and try to stand up. While it throbs in protest, I manage to do so. It's painful, but I can walk. I might need to count on you if we get into a fight, though. I think back to what happened after the battle with the Dirge. Reading it was lucky. Incredibly so. I had fallen down, and Christos twisted my heel back into its socket. I passed out from the pain, but before that, he'd given me something strange. Hey, what did you put in my mouth earlier? It tasted good. I sit back down. Oh, the Jolia, heaven's chosen delicacy. It's pretty difficult to get your hands on any unless you have an in with the gods. It has a useful property of nullifying pain proportional to how much you eat. Too much in a short time will dissolve your stomach, though. How much is too much? I ask worriedly. I can eat up to about a sharik, but I'm resistant, son of an earth goddess and all. Most allegedly, or demigods, can have about half that. The hell is a sharik? Oh, you have a different measurement system. A reek is a bit more than a gram, and a sh of anything is 100, but actually more than that since the supernatural world has a base 12 counting system. That'll be a hassle to learn. Let me guess, you all have your own language, too. I pry, trying for some information having to do with my dream. Yeah, there is. I'm not fluent, though. Just enough to hold a simple conversation. He seems far more relaxed than he did when we were in my world. So, Christos, I start. You said you'd explain everything once we got here. So? He grins, reaches into his backpack, and pulls something out. Scratch that, 2 things. Pills. He hands one to me. It's blue. This is some Matrix. Oh, that's a good movie. I've only seen a few from Vagon. Anyway. He pops his own pill into his mouth. Go ahead and swallow that. It'll connect you to my imagination for a short time. Whoa, that's cool. It's not poison, is it? I ask jokingly as I slide it onto my tongue and work it into my throat. No, but try not to throw up. With that ominous warning, the world fades to black. Do you see it? Chris asks. I look to my side and see him standing in empty space. See what? I ask back. There was nothing. Don't focus on anything specific. Look at the big picture. I try to see everything, and stars begin to dot into existence. More and more appear and begin to form the outline of a person. What is that? It's the universe, the original primordial being. This is the ancestor of the gods, creator of the worlds. It is both responsible for and literally is everything. Does he have a name? It is just the universe. Who could give something that big and nebulous a name? Fair enough. It's been dormant since the creation of the worlds, and it's not likely to wake up ever again. My brain begins to process the information. So, that's the universe. Simple enough. The crazy of everything has made me numb to something so cliche. A guy being the essence of everything is pretty common in a lot of mythologies. Alright, let's get a closer look. We move so quickly that I feel like I could be torn to pieces. We zoom into a sight that hurts my eyes. I see Earth, but there are other planets of different sizes intersecting with it. They get fainter, transparent even, the further they go from the blue and green giant that is my home. You live in the realm of Valzergon, which is Vagon. Quite a few think of themselves as the only Earth. Only half actually know the reality of everything. Who even are these gods? Can I have some sort of graph? You'll meet them when you do. The main ones you should know about are Salmaltino, gender-neutral god of balance, fire, life, death, etc., and Apocalypse, male god of chaos, corruption, water, and disease. Right now, we're in Janbi, the realm of Poki. Wait, you call the god of chaos and corruption Poki? He had said Polk earlier, but Poki was far funnier. He smirks. Yep, all the gods' names are
frankly terrible, so I have plenty of nicknames to refer to them. Most of them find it humorous. Anyway, as I told you earlier, there are 11 worlds, and time gets slower the further out from the center you go.
Wait, 11? 12 gods, 12 months? Why not 12 worlds? He snaps his head to meet my eyes. His head shakes slowly. His expression carries a ferocity, a warning. Okay, banned subject. Good to know. A speck, a twelfth of the size of the moon, sparkles in the distance. A feeling of abandonment emanates from it. I look away. The sight of everything is astonishing. I've seen photos of Earth from space, but they can't really capture the beauty of it. On top of that, the other planets are just as amazing. There's too much to describe, to comprehend, and then each world is governed by a single god. That's an insane amount of power. It's hard to believe that I'm related to one of the most powerful ones. And I have to beat one just as strong if I want to get my friends back. How do I even manage that?
You look worried,
Christos says.
are you?
I mean, how would you feel if you had just been pulled into a world where literally everything you had come to know throughout your life has been thrown into a garbage compactor of chaos, and also had to fight and win against an actual god? I'm just a human. Of course I'm worried. I could feel the shame covering my face.
Wrong,
Christos replies. What?
wrong. You're not just a human. You're a Teletijo. You have the blood of a god, which means you have the potential to become just as powerful as one, if only temporarily.
I look at him. I could be as powerful as a god?
I know how you feel. I was a year younger than you when I found out who I really was, but I've been questing for 3 now. You can trust me.
He puts his hand on my shoulder.
I can trust you too, right?
Dang, dude. You have a way with words. I shake my head, smiling. Yeah, I got your back. We haven't known each other long, but I do trust him. It's been a while since I've made a new friend. He pulls his arm back, the skin on his cheeks turning to a light violet. Is that a blush?
Well, our time's almost up, so let's head back.
With that, I feel like I fall backwards and am thrown into my body. The feeling is getting too familiar for comfort.
We had needed to get through the portal back in Valgon as soon as possible,
He continues.
By the time we got here, there was only about 2 minutes left until midnight on Earth. But here, that time becomes a bit over a week. When the next primordial month hits, Poki will have time prominence as it's his month. Obviously, we can't kill him, he's a god. All we need to do is incapacitate him, in whatever way. Then, I figure the gods will recognize his weakness, capture him again, and hopefully seal him away. For good, this time. So, yeah, September 17th at midnight is our deadline. That's when Poke will invade the rest of the world, or so everyone figures.
I guess killing a god would be impossible. It's kinda assumed they literally can't die. So there's nothing to base the suspicion that he'll take out his revenge when it changes month, other than that all the gods think he will? I ask.
Well, that, and there's the prophecy. I heard he told you about that. I only know the first line word for word, then a few more bits and pieces. Supposedly, though, it goes on to describe you defeating the King of Chaos in Corrupt Castle.
I see. Why aren't any of the gods helping out?
The ones who care are too busy preparing for the invasion.
As if it's going to happen, that is a certainty. They're not even giving me a chance. Determination to beat up not only Poke, but all the gods who could but refuse to help only gives me more reason to go on this quest. Spite, it's an amazing motivator. So why are you helping me anyway? I know Samultino sent you, I say.
I'm not sure. I don't really ask that question to myself. For a few years, I've been more well known to Lechi among the gods, so they often send me on quests. I've always gotten rewards for completing them, so it's usually worthwhile. I kind of like moving around a lot too. I get to see the worlds.
Are they usually as dangerous as the one we have now?
Not even close.
He replies. I like his take on it, looking at his job as an opportunity to actually do something in his life. I bet being in the god's business is more interesting than office work. So, Chris, who is your godly parent? You said... I inquire.
Leti Nunu. She's my mom, better known as Mother Earth.
Your mom is Mother freaking Earth?
In a sense, she's the goddess of soil, rock, earth in general, but she's not a nature goddess, and she only has outright control over her own world like any of the Head 12.
He tries to downplay it, but I'm still impressed. So, do we get any powers that have to do with our parents? I asked curiously. I imagined myself being able to fly or some other cool ability.
You'll get something. Personally, I have a really tough body. I'm resistant to things like temperature, acids, even basic wounds. It's not easy to make a son of Earth bleed.
He grins, and I poke him with my nail to dispute his snarkiness, but it slides off his hairless, sky blue, leathery skin. I laugh. So, what will I be able to do?
Sam is the god of a lot of things. They're most known for balance and preservation, but that's barely the start of their list. Life and death, thought, fire, peace, truth, lies. They've got a lot on their plate.
I consider everything he said. I thought Pokey would be the god of death, but I guess not. Having some power over thought sounds cool, but I'm not sure how it would materialize. I notice a gray mist circling around the base of the camp. I follow its trail and find a gray smog in an oval shape not 10 feet away from us, which hadn't been there 3 moments ago. I point it out to Christos and he stares at it, then slowly grabs his bow, which was set on the ground. His quiver is full again. I sit up straighter and unsheath my dagger, but my ankle throbs. I might be able to stand, but fighting is on another level. The mist grows larger, and then a girl falls out. She starts coughing so hard I worry she's going to spit out a lung, and she crawls away from the smoky portal as fast as she can. We are too stunned to move, too cautious to take action. Her hair is silvery white, long and falling over her face. Her jeans, which are caked in dirt, highlight a curvy figure. Her cream t-shirt is in a similar condition of cleanliness with one sleeve ripped off. Then, another body emerges from the smog. It has a human head, but that's where the similarities stop. One by one, long legs come out, connected to a bug-like shell for a body. I catch a flash of a hairy tail.
Dora, die Blicke werden magnifiziv.
Christos, what is that? The demon has wormed its way out of the misty portal, which fades away afterward.
I'm not sure of the name. This is a very rare demon.
He sounds worried, or at least apprehensive. If he's been questing for 3 years, surely he's faced something like this before. But the pallor of his skin makes me wonder. My legs tremble. I wouldn't be able to stand up even if my ankle wasn't injured. It's... it's a rocks! Stomaching's... stomaching's weakness. I had almost forgotten about her, surprisingly. I finally catch a glimpse of her eyes, which are wide and alert, a beautiful gold shining through the strands of hair.
Zima, get down there and help her.
Got it. If I can't fight, I can at least help her. I manage to stand and grab the Julia out of his pack, which is sitting right outside the tent, and bring it to her. I can bear the pain. Behind me, Chris knocks an arrow and fires straight into the demon's stomach. It moves so quickly that it looks as if it simply reappeared a few feet to the left, making the arrow fly by harmlessly. I have got to learn this language. I reach the girl. She's completely passed out. I take the baggie and force feed her some Jolia. Immediately, color flushes back into her face. A little more, and her eyes fly open. She coughs more, exhaling some of that gray mist she had come out of. She stands, her exhaustion gone. She looks into my eyes, and my heart skips a beat. A moment passes. Thanks. She coughs once more, clearing her throat. Be right back. And she's running towards the demon. It has been toying with Christos, his quiver slowly emptying, every single one of his shots being dodged or deflected with ease. The monster bellows at every shot, taunting him in that strange language. Hey, blue boy! The girl calls out. She holds a sword, but no sheath is on her body. It's about a meter long, its silver glow phasing in and out of existence. Or rather, she was phasing, as if the universe couldn't decide where she was. He's mine! Both Chris and the demon look at her. It says, Lakshtikvedios, Kumakopleti. She knows the language? Without another word, she leaps into battle. Her blade comes down directly in front of the monster, and it raises a bony leg to block it. Yet, the next second, she's no longer in front of it, but behind. Did she teleport? Her slice makes a fine cut through its back, and it sprays scarlet blood, far brighter than any human's. It screams and attempts to grasp at her, reaching back and bending its head further than should be possible. But she's gone already, falling on the demon from above. Her blade goes through his ear, and she's gone before I can comprehend it. The monster's fast, but it simply can't keep up with her incredible movement. The unpredictability of her fighting seems refined, trained. The blur of battle is captivating. And just as quickly as it began, she stabs straight through one of the kinks in the bug-like stomach, and the demon stops dead. It collapses and dissolves at her feet. She turns towards me and Christos, who had sat down next to me to enjoy the show.
So, anyway, sorry about springing that on you. Hi, I'm V, daughter of space. Now, who else is crazy enough to make their way to hell?
Chapter 5. She's really pretty. Without the heat of battle, I can appreciate just how beautiful V is. She pulls her silver hair into a high ponytail, the tip of it still reaching her neck. She has a wide smile and an easygoing stance, as if just being near her made you friends. Hello? She asks. She looks at me curiously. Oh, hi. Hello, I'm Zima. Way to go for a first impression. Zima? That's cute. And you, Blue Boy?
Please refrain from calling me Blue Boy. It's Christos.
He has a cautious look on his face. So, V, right? What are you doing all the way down here? She sits a few feet away from me. Didn't I ask you that first?
We're here to stop a god,
he says. Oh? Well, I'm running away from one. He sent a demon after me, and I guess I just ended up here. How can you teleport? I interject. She smiles, clearly happy she impressed me.
Until Yenvil, right? Curious you don't have time powers,
Chris says. V just nods in response. Heleti Nunu then? She asks. That's Christos' mom, so Until Yenfo would be V's godly parent? And you? She looks into my eyes, analyzing me. She leans in closer, and I hope to gods she doesn't see the blood rushing to my face. You have a dagger, but that could mean a lot of things. You look like you're from Vagon or Levin. Zima, non-binary name. Her eyes widen. Teleti Kosut, don't tell me. Samultino? I blink. Yeah, I reply. I look over at Blue Boy. He's smirking. Oh my gods! What? Samul freaking Tino? The absolute hell? I didn't think they had kids!
Well, this would be the first one in 3 centuries in Vagon's time. Over 1,500 millennia in Shanbi's, if my math's right,
Christos says. Sorry, but why is this a big deal? It's just another god, right? I speak up. No, Zima, no it's not. Children of Sam are as rare as Teleti Jotli get, and they're supposed to be super powerful. Oh. Was there really some sort of expectation of me to be this super strong demigod? Okay, well, it's not a big deal. I mean, I'm just me. Her mouth is still open in surprise, eyes still wide. I must be blushing.
Moving on.
Thank gods for Christos.
We're here to stop Apocalypse. I'm sure you heard about him escaping imprisonment, and I must say, you're a very talented fighter, and I'm sure that's just the beginning of a longer list.
He lets an unsaid offer hang in the air. I understand his intrigue. Having someone as skilled as her on our team would be an incredible asset. Moreover, personally, she seems really friendly. You want me to join you guys? Neither of us respond. She looks up, pondering the thought. Sure, why not? I bet there'd be some benefit if we can pull it off. And not only that... She pokes me in the arm. I would like to learn more about you, Miss... Captain Zima. I'm still with surprise and let out a laugh. Captain Zima, huh? I'm going to use that, I reply.
Okay, well, I need some sleep. I've been watching over you, he sticks a finger out at me, for too long. You've had your beauty rest, and I'm tired. Are you good to stay on watch?
Sure, I can do that. I'll go ahead and lay down too. Running from a demon will take the energy out of you.
Wake us up in 3 hours or so.
I nod to his request, and Chris crawls into the tent. I see some sort of comforter inside. V is in a sleeping bag on the ground, which she didn't have a moment before. She's already passed out. Where had she gotten that bag? It was like when her sword just appeared in her hand. I'll have to ask about that later. Sitting in silence, I realize this is the first time I've been alone with my thoughts since this quest began. As the minutes tick away, the strangeness of everything runs through my head. I was in hell, the actual underworld. This is one of the 10, 11 maybe, worlds that aren't the one that I had grown up on. The idea of gods and portals and demons is crazy. I suppose the years of taking care of myself has made me adaptable enough to keep sane in all this madness. Then my friends drift into my thoughts. It's been an entire week since they were taken. Wait, that was a week on Earth. Time slows down here. That means they had been down here for a century. My mind races. 100 years in captivity. How does anyone survive that? Have they grown old and died already? Do people even age down here? Would they remember me? The past century for them would have been in that grand, pitch black chamber where my dreams led me. Could they still be saved? They got dragged away by something they couldn't see, and I watched it happen. And they spent the rest of their lives in a cell. I'm only on this quest to rescue them. That was what motivated me to step out on my back door not a day ago. If it's all pointless... No, I'm jumping to conclusions. There's no confirmation of anything. For all I know, my dreams weren't the reality, but rather illusions created by Apoknostu to scare me. The possibility of an alternate scenario comforts me, but my first thought is still disquieting. What if they really are gone forever? I hate this. All of it. More than anything, I hate Polk. He's the one responsible for taking my friends, for threatening everything, for pulling me into a problem that shouldn't be mine. I'm going to descend into hell just to deliver a well-deserved kick in the nose. As the hours pass, my anger simmers down and my eyebrows unfurl. I glance at the people sleeping in front of me. V is rigid, still. I can tell how easy it would be to wake her, as if she's wary of something in her sleep. She had said she was running from a god. Who? Was it Apoknostu? I have so many questions. I wonder if she's also from Earth. Her fair complexion doesn't give anything away, but her silver hair is too perfect to be natural. There's much to learn about this universe. I check my watch. I'm a minute past the 3-hour mark. It's a relief my watch doesn't move at the rate of time back home. I only have to put my arm on V's shoulder for her eyes to open, alert and ready for battle, relaxing in an instant after she sees it's me. I'm surprised I even caught it. Morning, I say. As she sits up and stretches, I go to wake up Christos. I have to shake him before his eyes creep open. Okay, I'm awake, he mumbles. You all have a good sleep? V is beaming, no worries there. However, Chris's face is covered with a grim scowl. Hey, Blue Boy, you okay? I ask him. Yeah, fine. Being a Teletijo has its drawbacks. Dreams comes as premonitions and warnings. Wait, what did you call me? V is grinning.
They called you Blue Boy,
she teases. Please do not let that become a thing, he says. V and I burst out laughing as he glares at us. Let's just focus on packing up camp. V, did you bring anything with you on this quest? Food and water, clothes? I see you have a sleeping bag, but nothing else? Where did you even get that?
Oh, you'll like this. One sec.
She closes her eyes and reaches out with one arm, grasps nothing, and pulls back. The next moment, a backpack has appeared in her hand. Wait, what? Explain. I'm so confused. How? I want to do that.
Daughter of space, baby,
she says, cutting me off.
I have my own little locker. It's a bit hard to describe, but I could probably store all of our backpacks if you trust me to.
That's fine by me. I can carry the tent. It'll fold up to the size of a handkerchief, so no need to worry about that. I want some cool power, I mumble to myself. We start the cleanup work, and the camp is packed away in V's space locker in a matter of minutes. So, we needed to get to Hell, right? Aren't we here? What's next? I ask Christos as he puts out the fire. Okay, right now we're in what you might call limbo. It's sort of the outer border. In order to get into Hell proper, we need to go through the gates of Chixoctl, god of dead souls. He makes sure judgment is issued and each soul goes where it needs to when it dies. He guards the gates. After we get past him, it's just a matter of getting to the lowest level, where Apoknostu lives. Then we beat him. Gods may be immortal, but if you cut off their head, it'll take a while for them to regenerate. I have one more task to add to my personal list. Save your friends. So, how do we find this god? Trixodal? I ask. Trixodal. Just call him Trix. Like the cereal? He raises an eyebrow. Never mind. So, how do we find Trix? If you need to go deeper into hell, there's only one direction to follow. Down. He turns around and starts to walk. I quickly follow to not lose him in the fog around us, and V joins me. Sure enough, I quickly notice that there's a slight downward slope, making the trek easier. Christos rummages through his pack and offers me some Morjolia. I greedily accept and feel my heel strengthen under my weight. Over time, the environment gets steadily darker. There is no visible light source at all, but whatever is causing the luminance is fading. The end of my vision creeps ever closer as the fog thickens. Zima, pull out your dagger, Christos commands. I don't see any threat, and his eyes seem calm. Why? I ask, slowly pulling my blade from its sheath. Instinct? V says, her sword now in her hand. No, it's just getting too dark to see. How does my dagger have anything to do with that? V's blade phases back out of existence. Trust me, hold it out. I try to give it to him, but he says, No, I can't activate it. It's your weapon. It's made of concentrated fire. Activate it. Try and use your powers to bring out its flames. Not sure what he means, I close my eyes. Concentrated fire, huh? We just need light, so I imagine a candle-sized flame. My hands warm ever so slightly. I try to scale up the blaze in my head, and a forest fire crosses my thoughts. Whoa there. Dial that down a bit, V says. I settle on a fireplace, a memory of crackling wood in a warm house and a rare snow coming to mind. When I open my eyes, my dagger is burning. It has a sparkling light that pushes back the haze that had grown even thicker than I had realized. A comfortable warmth seeps into my veins, replacing a cold I hadn't even felt. If I'd kept going, I could have frozen to death in pitch blackness and not even known why. On another note, I just made fire from my mind! So that's what I got from Sam. Excitement makes its way into me along with the crackling warmth I created. I unintentionally put a bounce in my step as we continue walking. You're learning fast, Christos says. Good. You'll need the skill later. You shouldn't worry about them, Blue Boy, V says. She turns to me. The fact you can even channel your power like that is insane. It took me a full year of training before I could teleport accurately. Her praise fills me with a different kind of heat that rises to my cheeks. We keep walking. I silently thank myself for building up a phenomenal endurance from exploring my forest for years now. By now, it's clear that the only light is coming from my metal torch. It'd be a void otherwise. Christos stops dead in front of us. I move to be beside him, and a shudder runs from my ankles through my spine. A massive, midnight gray fence with 2 arched openings leads into a rocky wall with 12 open elevator bays. Transparent people, souls, I realize, form a short line outside the gate. More materialize from nothing, adding to the queue. Above them, a large metal ring tops the fence, with an enormous human-headed bat hanging from the railing. Its eyes are closed, but shifting, like it wasn't really asleep. Every time a soul passes through the gate, it stops for a moment, then continues to any of the 12 elevators. It occurs to me that this human-headed bat is judging these ghosts' lives, sending them to a place to live out their afterlife. I snap out of my daze to see Christos quickly waving his hands. Do you sign? He says to V. Her confused expression shows she doesn't. He turns his head back to the gates, eyebrows furrowed, trying to formulate a plan, I'm sure. I lean over and whisper to V to be silent. I manage to get Christos' attention. What do we do? I ask him. Not sure. This is ENDSLI, or just the gates. TRYX won't let us past unless we're dead or have special permission, so we're gonna have to make a run for it. Without warning, an elevator chimes, the pleasant noise cutting through the stagnant air. I turn to see the doors close, and the number 4 illuminating the whole area above as they do. A new carriage arrives almost instantly, and the light turns off as the doors open. We have to get to floor 12. It'll be the furthest on the right. Could we just convince them to let us through? I ask. Not a chance. And the ghosts, won't they rat us out? They hardly notice us. More important things to worry about. Fair enough. Alright, I'll relay the plan. Again, I whisper to her as quietly as I can. Farthest elevator to the right. As soon as the light comes on, follow our lead. She nods. We start to move forward, taking care to watch our steps to keep from making noise. We reach the gates. 7 and 8 light up at the same time, each with 6 spirits aboard. I look to elevator 12, and 4 are there already, quivering, probably because of where they're headed. It makes sense that floor 12 was the scariest of the bunch, offering the worst punishments hell has to offer. And that's exactly where we're headed. Another ghost boards the car. 1 more to go. I recall my dreams, trying to picture the environment on the other side of the elevator doors. The red patchwork of a flesh-like cave floor, the endless sea of demons wandering around, and that castle, the fortress of darkness. I'm unsure of how to even find Paknostu, let alone behead him. Christos pokes V and I, using his other hand to point at a ghost. It's moving directly for the 12th elevator. I poise myself to run. It boards the carriage, and the number 12 lights up. Now! Christos commands. No time for hesitation. We charge through the gates. I can practically feel the bat waking up. Time slows, and this time I can perceive it. I realize that the feeling is my own doing. My own brain is warping my reality so I can contemplate everything that's happening. V teleported ahead and is holding the doors for us. I push myself to run faster than I ever have before. I feel the beady glare of the bat opening his eyes as a chill wraps around me. The elevator struggles against V, but her strength holds it back. Chris makes it, and V lets go. I jump in with barely enough room left. Now that same small opening that saved my life is our curse. It's too wide and slow. It closes at what feels like an inch every hour. It's crowded. V and Chris struggle to push it as I catch my breath. Only a slit a centimeter wide is left before it's fully closed. I catch the eye of some creature on the other side, and I freeze. And so do the doors. My company strains to push them closed, but they stubbornly stay still. The eye disappears for a moment. I let out a small breath. Then a claw as long as my own dagger slips through the opening, closely followed by another. The two pry the metal apart as if it was paper, and an abomination stands before us. My face fills with horror as his eyes bear into mine. Well, 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 he says. You're not dead.